Greetings, everyone. This is LiminalityCarb, and you might be wondering, why are we in Sunflower Road? I said we were going to be at Anuri Temple next episode. Well, since that episode, I actually went back to a tie, and I bought a lot more inventory slots. So we now have 16 max inventory slots, and we're also out of money. However, there are two things I want to show off here now that we're out of money. First, let's talk to this girl. You don't have to rest on the ground. My mom's a big softie. She'll let you rest in our guest room even if you haven't any money. So, that is our hint that this is one of 3 NPCs that will give us service, basically, if we don't have any money. Welcome to the Honeybee Labs and Inn. Rest your weary bones for a spell. So, rest for 10. We don't have any, but... It doesn't look like you have enough. No matter, this one's on the house. And thus, we got our first progress towards getting all of the free services. Also, since we're here, there's actually someone outside that we want to go talk to. Assuming I stop running past all the doors. Hey, Mr. Planto's here. How nostalgic. These flowers have grown so big, and they provide shade for everything below. Ah, we meet again. Try as you might, you'd have a hard time destroying my shade here. I joke. I'm over that. Promise. The soil balance is off here. Fetch me 5 food units, please. Well, we have 6 right now, so we'll hand them the 5. Observation. Whoever produced these food units is a terrible cook. A most terrible cook indeed. Again, I joke. Receive this as payment. And now we've got 20 Ren. With that, we will now actually head over to Anuri Temple. Well, Doki Forest, because there's actually something outside the temple that we need to do first. So the first thing we want to do at Doki Forest is actually head down here. So this is the first area where we learned that we could drown, but we can also blow these rocks up now that we've got a bomb. And if we come here, there's a hidden cave. Let's get some light so we can, see a little bit of what's going on here. But we've got these trees. Don't worry about those crates. There's really nothing in them that you are going to want. But break open these crates, and we get ourselves our first moonstone of this episode. Next, we're going to actually head to the campsite. So, if you remember, when we were first here, we made note of this. We managed to actually come out the other side, but now that we've got bombs, we can enter the temple through this back entrance. Which is what we want to do, because this brings us closer to what we actually want to come here for. Right, I forgot that has a frog in it. But, again, like I said, this brings us closer to the actual entrance we want for now. We actually want to head down, because even more things that we can bomb. Basically, this is going to be the bombable episode, for lack of a better term. There's just so many things to bomb. Though, we're also going to be making use of this crank lamp, especially right here. Oh, yeah, also, crank sparks can, trigger those switches. But actually, before we head over there, I just kind of wanted to show that those switches light these candles. So they give you a nice little bit of extra view. However, what we actually want to do over here is there is this cracked casket. Because it has cracks, that means we can blow it up. And it has a switch. That switch opened up, well, that one what I wanted, opened up one of 2 barriers here. But this gives us one of the Anuri Pearl Stones we'll be getting. I believe there are 3, maybe 4 actually, that we're getting through this trip. And they will be the last of them. Let's turn the switch back on. And before we head out, there's actually 2 other things over here to the left that we want to do. We don't want to jump down there yet. We will end up coming up from there eventually. But we want to actually come over here. And we need more crank light. But over here, got a bunch of slimes. And a pearl stone that we can't get from here. However, there's a switch down here that we will be able to use. However, we just need to get ourselves a pot for it first. So place the pot down here. And unfortunately, actually by doing that, we've trapped ourselves down here. So this is a minor puzzle to... stupid slime. Anyway, a minor puzzle to solve that we're actually going to be doing similar things to this later in the game. But the switch is right below me, so we just drop it, and now we can get over to this pearl stone. And technically we can't get back down there, but we should be fine with that. Actually, I think if I leave and then come back... Okay, yeah, if you leave and come back, the things go away. So if you really want to find stuff down there, you're good to do that. Anyway, over here, we've got a cracked floor. And that means we can break it open. More crank. Another cracked casket. But this cracked casket has our second moonstone. And now, we continue to head down, and there is something glowy over here. And it's the boss! Only he's now a normal enemy. Hey! I got that landing correct. Well, I got the landing correct once. Okay. I need him to stop doing that. The one thing to note, though, is even though he is the boss, I obviously do not have a health bar for him anymore. But he had our next pearl stone. There's also another one, but it doesn't have anything, and... yeah, I kind of want to stay alive. Ow. Well, let's get some more crank. No bat. Head over this way, and we get ourselves a nice little bit of money. Not much, but, you know, it's nice. But now, we actually head on up, and this is where I said we'd be heading up from. And we had a bat hit a switch for us. Okay. But now, we actually need to head back on up. Because we've got 2 pearl stones. But there are a few others that... let me check, actually. I'm sorry, we have 3 pearl stones. Well then, there are a few things we want to do next. One of which requires me to remember where something is. This is not it. I don't think this is it either. Yeah, this is the up path. It must be one of these first doors that I forgot about. I think it's this one. Well, actually, there's 2 things we need. It's not this one. There are 2 things I'm remembering we actually need. One is we actually need to go back to that treasure room. This isn't it. This isn't where I'm looking for either. But we can use this anyway to blast this open. And this is just a shortcut over to here. So if you end up doing things weirdly, you can use that to get the pearl stone that was over there. Now, I need to remember where the thing I'm looking for is. So, I'm going to cut here, and once I find it, we'll be back. So, what I was looking for, this treasure room next to the throne. If you remember, this is where we got that lunar artifact. We actually want to pick it up again. Slime. Anyway, we want to pick it up again because... not right away, but we're getting close to the point where we'll actually be able to turn those in. Oh, that felt good. Just blast! Well, and then the slime got me back. But it felt good blasting those 2 while I could. But now, we actually need to head over to where we found that golem head. So, just heading over to the right, because it's, right here. But jump on up. And this is where we found the golem head and the remains of what I assume was the golem body. But now that we've got the additional pearl stones, we can finish opening up the other gates. And there's also a glowy fish down there. So we're going to go ahead and try to get that glowy fish first. Just a little bit. There. That is not the button to hit. Just a little bit. There we go. I don't want any of you. I want this one. Come on. You see it? There you go. You see it. Come on, glowy fish. And thus, we reel in our catch. The third moonstone for this episode. Insert that pearl stone. Miss my jump entirely. Miss my jump entirely again. Come on, jump. There we go. Nope. Alright. Let's swap over to something else. But now we've got a new area we can explore. First things first, once this scabbard gets out of my way, let's open up this door. And, okay, I can't pick that up yet. So, what that is it's another lunar artifact. However, it is deep in the water. To be able to get it, you have to fall down. And to do that, you just jump up here, left, right, and touch it. And we got this. You can also fish if you want, but there's nothing really from these fish other than generic fish stuff. So instead, we now need to go that upper path. And remember, that is a small sprint jump. Another treasure room. This one's not too bad, but can be a little tricky. There's another pearl stone up there. So what you need to do is you need to hit these switches. However, if you noticed, you can't really see it with this one, but they basically flip two different switches. So what you need to do, well, that was poor timing, is just basically do that of, there we go, aim your slingshot rebound. But this gave us our fourth pearl stone. Next, we're going to continue on more to the right. And that's a imposing looking symbol, isn't it? Don't worry, I'm sure it'll be fine. So, you have two options. You can either go and fight that thing, or try your luck at the upper path. Thankfully, you don't need to sprint jump for any of these. So, just bypass that boss entirely. He is an optional boss, and we will be going to fight him. But, over here, we get ourselves a strange urn, which is a special item and does not take up inventory slots. Thankfully. So, you can try to go back the same way. Or well, that was not what I wanted. There we go, right on his face. So, Rock Frog. You can't hit him in his face. You can only hit him from behind. So, your goal is to try to get behind him. And be careful, because sprint jumping is a thing. Oh, also that shows where he's going to land at first. Oh, jeez! So, hopefully you saw what I tried to do there. When he does that suck-up attack, you can try to throw a bomb into him. Oh, okay. Come on. Okay, you're landing. I need to go to bombs. There we go. Don't get pulled up, and he takes 50 hits from that. Or 50 HP damage, I should say. Unfortunately, our inventory is a little full right now. You know what, Saffron Milk, you're going to be what I need in a second. Because you are real fast. And what else is fast to eat? You're not fast, but you give me a nice bit of HP at least. So this is going to be a little bit of a slog. No! Okay, good. That bomb went at the proper time. Admittedly, ow. Bombs are the main way I am probably going to be doing damage to this guy. And I am going to be eating a lot of food because I am not good at fighting this guy. Also, if you haven't noticed, try to be in the air when he jumps, or when he lands, I should say. Okay. I will take a small Doki fruit hitting me. I didn't jump in the air. Well, we got a few extra hits in. Also, I think he will always be facing you when he lands. There we go. Stamina just barely held out there. Oh, you can land on his face. I didn't realize you could land on his face. Alright, you're jumping up. I'm not going to have enough time to eat anything. There we go. And he is gone. But it doesn't, he's going to try to take us out with his last hit. So, not only is he an optional boss, he is a repeatable boss. But he also collapsed this, so we can now get out of here. With that, I'm actually going to meet you all back at the start of the temple. So this is the first room of the temple. If you remember, we originally climbed up here to get our first pearl stone. However, there's also those rocks over there, which I did not time that throw properly. But you timed the throw properly, and now we can actually explore the last part of inside Anuri Temple. And also send that guy flying. If you hadn't have used your extra pearl stone at the end, you could have come here first. But since I used it when we were first in here, this is now what I'm doing last. But now we've got this puzzle. This is an interesting-esque puzzle. Basically, you have to time when you open and close these things, because you need the scabbers to push it in the right direction. Unfortunately, I've already failed twice. However, open, close. I'm honestly, it is neat that the moonstones have this push physics. It is kind of neat. Open, close. And then this one's just you hope that he's on the right side at the end as well. Thankfully for us, he was. And that is our, I believe, 4th moon pearl. With that, we have now completed everything inside of Anuri Temple. Next, we are going to head back to the Ouroboros lair to do one thing that I missed and a few things that we can do now that we have the life preserver and that it's the next day. So I know I said we'd be at the Ouroboros lair, but on my way there, I actually remember there are 2 other things that we can do first. One thing is push in that block into the water, and next we're going to push this block into the water so that we have a little bit of room to be able to do things, because there's actually something over on the left that we can do now. I just need to push these over a little bit by attacking them first. And we're able to do this now because we've got the life preserver and bombs. But, as you see over there are blocks that we want to bust open. Once you get one of them, the others are significantly easier to deal with, and I no longer need these crates. But we get ourselves our next heart rupee. And also a nice free heal. We're at 70 health. And there is one other thing actually up top that I want to do. So, let's head on up. Because if you remember, when we came through here originally, there was a person trapped under some rubble. I'd say it's time for us to free this person. Now let's talk to him. I'm saved! I knew if I waited long enough, the rocks would naturally erode. Just kidding. You are the one to thank. Gail, is it? I owe you a debt of gratitude. My name is Fran, and I'm the chief scientist of Dea's Lake Laboratory. I was supposed to meet a moonstone supplier at this very location. You see, I need a copious amount of moonstones for my teleportation research. It's very exciting stuff. But I digress. Our ill-timed rendezvous coincided with the Ouroboros bandits' attack on the bridge. I got trapped under the fallen rubble, and I fear my supplier has been frightened off. This will delay my project's rollout for quite some time. Oh, I'm digressing again. Feel free to interrupt me. I can drone on and on. Anyway, I'd like to reward you for your good deed. Unfortunately, I ate all the food I had on hand. Tell you what, visit me at Dea's Lake Laboratory, and I'll see you handsomely rewarded. I best return to my lab now. My assistants are helpless without me. Remember, Dea's Lake Laboratory. I'll see you there. So, we will be meeting up with Fran later. And with that, we are now actually going to go back to the Ouroboros hideout. Actually, there's one more thing in the bridge that I forgot to get. So, if you enter from the Atai side, you want to come over to this area. Now, we don't want to break that one yet, but we want to break all of these bridge things right here, because, you see, there is a moonstone down there. However, just like with the lunar artifact in the temple, we need to fall from high enough so that we actually can land there. So, jump, land, and we got it. Okay, hopefully third time's the charm. Let's try to actually go to the Ouroboros lair this time. So, this is the second screen after you enter the Ouroboros lair area. We actually missed something when we were here last time. We need to jump on these upper areas, deal with these vultures, but we can actually jump over to this tower. And in this tower, there is a free heart rupee. We just need to throw a bomb over here. And throw a bomb. Actually, we don't need the second bomb. That was over enough. But here is a missing heart rupee. So if you're having some trouble with Birdie, you can pick that up. And have a little bit more health. With that, we're actually going to go ahead and end this episode here. Next time, we will be getting some more things in the Ouroboros lair. And then we'll be heading back to Atai, get some new things that we can get with the life preserver, and finally start heading to the Moonlight Ravine. As always, thank you all very much for watching, and take care.